We've always turned to chocolate for comfort, escape, and brands have always been happy to sell us that dream. But what if a bar could do more than just delight? So good. Let me introduce you to Tony's Chocolonely. This is a brand that uses mission first story to make ethics its main flavor. In a world of pure imagination. The global chocolate market is substantial, $127 billion worth. Now, Tony's Chocolonely, back in the early 2000s, Dutch journalist Toon was investigating West African cocoa farms, found out that there was exploitation, and so he founded this chocolate company to protest against child exploitation and slavery in the chocolate industry. As it turns out, over 60% of the world's cocoa production comes from West Africa. What he wanted to do was prove that you can make 100% ethical chocolate. But there's so many chocolate options. How do you stand out? Well, Tony started as a protest, but they put their message into chocolate bars. That alone makes their mission more accessible and tangible to the everyday consumer, and it shaped everything about their brand. So I first noticed Tony's at the grocery store. I noticed Tony's because their wrapper didn't look like anything else I've seen. How did Tony's visual design help them stand out? They use solid, bright colors that catch your eye in the grocery store. The chocolate pieces themselves are chunky and uneven, and they use a custom font that was originally hand cut that feels very personal. So the uneven pieces in a Tony's chocolate bar is actually a visual metaphor for inequality in the chocolate industry. And even the name Chocolonely reflects the founder's solo fight against exploitation. Every part of the wrapper is super intentional, it's not subtle, and that's the point. Okay, it's time to dissect their marketing focus, and I'm super excited to share what I learned. So very on brand with their grassroots activism, Tony's has highlighted their mission direct to consumers through their online channels. And honestly, it's really easy for brands' messaging to get diluted into background noise, especially in the online space where things are moving very fast. Tony's has made it their mission front and center. Their website dedicates significant real estate to educate their customers, their sourcing principles, to annual impact reports, and the Tony's Open Chain initiative. So it's clear that they care and they understand what their customers care about. And on social media, this is where Tony's has a little bit of fun.
That was the summer of 1963, when everybody called me baby and it didn't occur to me to mind.
So they reach directly to mission-focused, younger consumers that are Gen Z or millennials with high disposable income. First, enticing them with on-trend food recipes. And like their website, they consistently discuss the cocoa industry and their mission in a really fun and easy to digest manner. Now, the brand also uses strategic partnerships with other brands and with content creators. This has proved to be incredibly successful on their Instagram and TikTok, as the business could tap into an emotional bond. Their videos have achieved millions of views, and you can tell that they have such a loyal Tony's fan base. I also want to bring up that they focus a lot on personalization, so you can actually customize your own chocolate bars on their website. And to gain even more brand awareness, Tony's partner with brands like Ben & Jerry's for limited flavors, Kahlua drink collaborations. It's a smart way to stay relevant and build loyalty. It's actually no joke. Just from a revenue growth standpoint, they've been up 33% year over year. And in 2024, over $200 million in revenue in just that year alone. Crunchy. Now, I do want to take a step back and address some of the challenges. The reality is that mission-driven products usually cost more. And in Tony's case, if you compare it with a Hershey's bar, for example, which might range anywhere from $2 to $3, Tony's bars, on average, they're about $5 to $6 US.
This is so sick and twisted!
The good news is people are willing to pay more for sustainably sourced products. They found that over 68% of consumers were willing to pay a premium for sustainably sourced cocoa. Now let's get into our final takeaways. Tony's is a great example that shows ethical marketing can drive real growth. They've laid out a blueprint for mission-focused brands to do the same. They've enjoyed 4 straight years of double-digit revenue increases. And they've also led the charge in an open, more transparent supply chain movement. Going back to one of Tony's initiatives, they actually launched in 2019, Tony's Open Chain. This is an initiative to establish Tony as a leader in a more transparent and better supply chain, where other brands can join their movement. As of today, Tony's Open Chain has sourced over 17,000 metric tons of traceable cocoa and paid fair wages to over 20,000 cocoa farmers. In fact, 20 other brands have joined, including Ben & Jerry's and Feastables. So the formula is simple. Stay true to your mission. Use creative marketing to build that emotional connection. So my question to you is, what impact-driven brands do you think are doing this well? All right, I hope you enjoyed that brand analysis of Tony's and got something out of it. Check out my matcha video. I talk about how TikTok and wellness trends, as well as our obsession with Japanese culture, drove a global demand surge for matcha. If you're interested in topics like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel, grab a bar for yourself. These are delicious.